Hello, a special welcome to all our donors, our patrons and friends, and a heartfelt thank you for joining us for this special Made in Lockdown Draftworks. I'm Emma Southworth, I'm the creative producer for the Royal Ballet, and Draftworks is part of our overall choreographic programme, and it's for our dancers to work on their own choreographic ideas and make work on their fellow dancers. From these beginnings, we hope to find future choreographers, but also Draftworks is the opportunity for the dancers to be creative in a different way. The project concentrates on choreographic ideas, so it's often presented in its raw form, usually without costumes or sets. Due to the current climate, we were sadly unable to present the project live in the Claw studio at the Royal Opera House this year. So instead, we've created this special Draftworks film focusing on the work created by our dancers in the first lockdown. Each of the choreographers will introduce their piece and tell you a little bit about their creative process, and the whole film will last about 45 minutes. I really hope you enjoy watching this, and we will be in touch later in the season to tell you about more Draftworks. Thank you.
As a result of a global pandemic, the theatre got closed.
I had the idea when we were in the first lockdown.
We came to create a piece that truly captured the period of time that we were all living through.
Everyone was forced to pull back on themselves and reflect on their values and their purpose in this world.
The best way sometimes for me to cope with these things is through my art and connecting with music.
Right now, our solace is to be found in ourselves.
Stay encouraged and stay positive, no matter how hard things are.
Hello everyone, it's Megan Grace Hankis here. I'm thrilled to share my lockdown video with all of you. I had the idea when we were in the first lockdown and I was missing our ROH stage so much. I wanted to give back to the arts community and raise awareness for all the theatres that were left behind for so long. The first person I reached out to was my friend and former colleague from American Ballet Theatre, Melanie Hamrick. She instantly said yes to choreographing and arranged for a special edit of the Rolling Stones' recent song, Living in a Ghost Town. The song seemed so fitting for what we were all experiencing. We got to work right away with the help of Joanna De Felice, a choreographer in America, and managed to get all the movement together in 2 weeks. I asked 10 of my fellow dancers in the company if they'd be happy to do some dancing in the street, and they all said yes. We had so much fun learning the choreography from Melanie and Joanna and making it come to life in front of our favorite theaters and empty streets. Everything was filmed remotely and the collaboration was all put together via Zoom. The best part was it brought us so much joy to feel like we could perform again, even if it wasn't on our home stage. Joanna and her husband did all the editing, and in just 3 weeks we had our final product. We ended up raising £5,000 for Acting for Others from contributions from our fans. It really was an experience I'll never forget, and I'm forever grateful to my wonderful friends and colleagues for donating their time and talent. I hope you enjoy the film.
You can search for me.
Hi, my name is Marcino Sembe and I'm a dancer with the Royal Ballet. Um, the first lockdown was just like impossibly grim, and then we heard the terrible news from America about George Floyd's assassination and the police brutality that kind of like came to the forefront of the conversation, and that kind of like sparked huge turmoil within me, and I had to find a lot of answers and kind of to acknowledge everything that kind of has happened to me in the past, and maybe I suppressed it, and all of these things came up, and I really had to find a way to cope with it. And the best way sometimes for me to cope with these things is through my art, and my art is movement and connecting with music and creating. And if I can keep myself busy doing something that really brings me joy, I sometimes can often feel better. And that's what this choreography was all about, this little project. I had this incredible song by Tom York, Radiohead, and I just thought like, wow, it just speaks so much to me, and I would love to be able to pay homage to George Floyd's last minutes on Earth, and not just him, but everyone that kind of has gone through police brutality and racism and inequality. And I just thought that would be such a great way for me to give back, because sometimes so often I feel like I can't express myself truly with words and really say the right things, but maybe through movement and through something that's a bit more conceptual, I can pay a more respectful homage to people that have gone through such hardship, and place myself as well in what my personal struggles have been. So I guess this work is about that. I hope you enjoy it.
This is a waltz thinking about our bodies, what they mean for our salvation, with only the clothes that we stand up in, just the ground on which we stand. Is the darkness ours to take, bathed in lightness, bathed in heat? All is well as long as we keep spinning. Here and now, dancing behind a wall, when the old songs and laughter ring, I'm forgiven, all
Hello everyone. I am currently in quarantine after having flown back from the Netherlands, my home country. And this time at home really reminded me of the first lockdown in March, which is when I created my first video. What I remember from March is the initial fear and uncertainty of the whole situation. But also in the back of my mind, I kept thinking about how the whole world was just put to a pause. Everyone was forced to pull back on themselves and reflect on their values, ideas, and their purpose in this world without the distractions of the outside world, the constant drive to progress and competition, but also the pressure from others and what you think others may want from you. And of course, this self reflection and realization wasn't always fun and sometimes confronting. But the tension between the joy and the self reflection and realization to the fear and uncertainty of the whole situation is at the heart of this video. Plus, I really wanted to create a video for once and try how that works and see how I can play with it. So I hope you enjoy.
Over the summer in 2020, I was fortunate enough to spend a lot of time in Italy. It was on one day that I went for a walk by the sea in Liguria that the idea for this film was born. I completely fell in love with the area and I thought how beautiful it would be to shoot a dance film by the sea. I knew that I wanted 4 young, aspiring ballerinas to be a part of this film, as after all, the message I wanted to portray is for our younger generations to stay encouraged and stay positive no matter how hard things are, and to continue to follow their dreams. I collaborated with Italian filmmaker Lorenzo Rapetti, and we had such a fantastic time working together on this film. The music I used is Love for Duty by Paolo Bonvino, and the music was taken from the soundtrack of I Medici. I hope you enjoy the film.
Voglio diventare una ballerina.
Voglio seguire i miei sogni.
Voglio emozionare le persone.
Ballare mi fa felice.
Diventerò una ballerina.
Seguirò i miei sogni.
Emozionerò le persone.
Continuerò a ballare.
Hi, I am Valentino Zucchetti, first soloist with the Royal Ballet Company, and this year it's been mostly lockdown, and us in the Royal Ballet Company have been forced to mainly stay in a home or create content and just do streaming performances. During this past year, I had the fortune, together with artists of the Royal Ballet, Chitato Katsura, to create This Dancing, which was a summer performances on the Regent's Canal that allowed us to perform outdoor, but also created a platform for me and some of our colleagues to create and dance. So this film that I've filmed and edited was a choreography that I've made on Leo Dixon as part of This Dancing, and I'm presenting it this year as part of the Draftworks.
Hi, I'm Calvin.
Hi, I'm Joshua, and we are presenting Bird of Paradise.
So this was performed for a gala in Adelhampton, but the footage that you'll be seeing was for the debut in Just Dancing.
And the idea behind the piece was just to reunite in the studio and have some fun together again after being in lockdown for such a long time. Being with Calvin, with another person, and seeing what that interaction would lead us to in creating this piece.
So the music is Hot Knife originally by Fiona Apple, but this particular record is a live performance by Mountain Man, played by 3 women in a cappella. So we were very much sort of playing with all those rhythms and the kind of the spontaneity of the music as well.
Yeah, and we really like the footage of us doing it together and seeing it as a duet. So maybe later on we will create it as a duet for another project. That will be in the future. So keep watching.
Enjoy.
If I'm butter, then he's a hot knife. He makes my heart a cinemascope screen showing a dancing bird of paradise. If I'm butter, then he's a hot knife. He makes my heart a cinemascope screen showing a dancing bird of paradise. He excites me, must be like a genesis of rhythm. I get feisty whenever I'm with him. If I'm butter, then he's a hot knife. He makes my heart a cinemascope screen showing a dancing bird of paradise. I'm a hot knife, I'm a hot knife, I'm a hot knife, he's a pat of butter. If I get a chance, I'm gonna show him that he's never gonna need another, never need another. I'm a hot knife, I'm a hot knife, I'm a hot knife, he's a pat of butter. If I get a chance, I'm gonna show him that he's never gonna need another, never need another. I'm a hot knife, I'm a hot knife, I'm a hot knife, he's a pat of butter. If I get a chance, I'm gonna show him that he's never gonna need another, never need another. He excites me, must be like the genesis of rhythm. I get feisty whenever I'm with them. I'm a hot knife, I'm a hot knife, I'm a hot knife, he's a pat of butter. If I get a chance, I'm gonna show him that he's never gonna need another, never need another. I'm a hot knife, I'm a hot knife, I'm a hot knife, he's a pat of butter. If I get a chance, I'm gonna show him that he's never gonna need another, never need another. I'm a butter, if I'm a butter, I'm a butter, relax around me. If you get a chance, I'm gonna show him that he's never you can relax around me. I'm a butter, if I'm a butter, you can relax around me. And you can relax around me. He excites me, must be like the genesis of rhythm. I get feisty whenever I'm with them. I'm a hot knife, I'm a hot knife, I'm a hot knife, piece of hot butter. If I get a chance, I'm gonna show him that he's never gonna need another, never need another. Maybe you could teach me some. Maybe you could teach me. If you're getting just as rich as a triumph, now really gotta hold on you. Maybe you could teach me something. Maybe I could teach you too. If you're getting just as rich as a triumph, now really gotta hold on you.
Hi, I'm Alexander Campbell. I'm the co-creator of Where We Are. I created this piece with Anthula Syndicate Drummond during the first UK lockdown, and we were keen to create a piece that truly captured the period of time that we were all living through. And we decided to do that by having a brand new score, brand new choreography, and capturing all of us in our own homes, the spaces and places that we were locked down in. The music was provided by Sophie Cotton and actually has a live recording of the violin provided by Naomi Burrell, which I think really heightens the piece in an amazing way. And the choreography was provided by Hannah Rudd, who also features in the film. And I think she captures movement in a really humane and interesting and sincere way that I really wanted to capture and demonstrate. I'm really pleased that we're able to examine a difficult topic in such a way. I'm really proud of what we've achieved and what we were able to produce, and I want to thank not only the creatives I mentioned before, but also the other dancers, Francesca Hayward, Jeffrey Cirio and Clemis Fayas, for being involved. I hope you'll enjoy it.
I feel stuck.
This video was a collaboration between myself as choreographer, songwriter Kath Haling, and Peter Saunders, who filmed and edited. We made this film back in August 2020, at a time when we were all really in need of an opportunity to be creative and collaborate with other artists. It was a real joy to be back in the studio with my friends, Royal Ballet dancers Benjamin Ella, Harry Churches, and Giacomo Rivera. We were also really lucky to get West End singer Leo Miles to perform the song. We had the most wonderful time creating this work, and we hope it will bring you joy.
Just hold me, dear, if you want to now as the world falls away. Love, hold me near, let the people say what the people will say. This moment's only one step away from the past. Take me running through a field of sunflowers. Take me flying through a sky drenched in stars to the moon. And when the clock strikes 12, please hold me in a way that I know we'll be okay. Together we'll face another day. Hush, all the noise, all the voices shouting, a world full of fear. Hear this one voice saying all that matters is we are here. This moment's only one step away from the past. Take me running through a field of sunflowers. Take me flying through a sky drenched in stars to the moon. And when the clock strikes 12, please hold me in a way. So hush now, let there be quiet. Hush now, breathe. Just hold me, dear, if you want to now as the world falls away.
Ever since I remember expressing myself with beauty of movement, this creation brought me a lot of joy, and I was able to connect with different artists around the world. With the help from my friends Sarah and Richard, and against all the circumstances, I had the freedom to create. When I heard Sebdaliza's song Gola Bigol Dawn, my body started to move. I decided to capture my improvisation with authenticity of the feelings projected through the movements. This process helped to soothe my mind. My creation represents the fear of losing most precious things, yet giving hope to connecting to self and rediscovering the real roots of passion for dance.
میگفتی بی توی چم با من بمون همیشه نباشی من میمیرم گل بی گلدون نمیشه چی اشتباه کردم حرفاتو با من کردم چی اشتباه کردم حرفاتو با من کردم یه روز سرد پاییز گلدون تو شکستی مثل عروس گل تو گلخونه نشستی بهار میاد دوباره بازم تو رو میارم مثل گل زینتی تو گلخونه میکارم بازم به گلدونت میگی با من بمون همیشه میگی که بی تو میمیرم گل به گلدون نمیشه چی اشتباهی کردم حرفاتو با من کردم چی اشتباهی کردم حرفاتو با من کردم
This is my second video that I created still in lockdown, but I was at home in the Netherlands at the point. I really enjoyed creating that first video, so I kind of just wanted to create another one. And I found this great groovy song with a lot of different textures and melodies layered on top of each other, which I found really interesting and kind of related to the concept of my first video of facing ourselves and our characters and personalities, and how we go through so many different layers of our personalities, how we go through different states and different ways of thinking throughout one day, but also how we act differently with different individuals around us, even though we're still the same person. And that really intrigued me. And I kind of just played with that in this video next to just having fun creating a video again.
Hello everyone, I hope that this video finds you well. Just to give a brief introduction to the inspiration behind this short film that me and Mayara produced during lockdown. When I first encountered the track, Mass Reimagined by the artist Foria, I was incredibly moved by the music, but it also made me wonder what was meant by that somewhat ambiguous title. What first came to my mind was the Catholic Mass, like the one that Mayara would usually be able to attend weekly, but under these circumstances was unable to. How this Catholic Mass might be reimagined in this moment in time. I believe this religious rite, like almost all others, is centered around the idea of connection. Connection to a community, connection to a deity, and maybe most importantly, connection to oneself. Mayara shares the same ritual her family take part in on another continent on the other side of the world, taking the time to maintain that connection, as well as some time for herself, for personal reflection and prayer. Even if we do not belong to any specific creed, I think that this search for unity can be found in all of our behaviour, all the time. But in these current circumstances, without constant and dependable external influences, our beliefs are certainly tested, and even our sense of time seems to distort. Right now, our solace, I suppose, is to be found in ourselves, and this is what the film is about, that connection which we can always access, but hardly ever choose to nourish.
As I walked out one evening, walking down Bristol Street, the crowds upon the pavement were fields of harvest wheat, and down by the brimming river I heard a lover sing. Under an arch of the railway, love has no ending. I'll love you, dear, I'll love you till China and Africa meet, and the river jumps over the mountain and the salmon sing in the street. I'll love you till the ocean is folded and hung up to dry, and the 7 stars go squawking like geese about the sky. The years shall run like rabbits, for in my arms I hold the flower of the ages and the first love of the world. But all the clocks in the city began to whir and chime. Oh, let not time deceive you, you cannot conquer time. In the burrows of the nightmare where justice naked is, time watches from the shadow and coughs when you would kiss. In headaches and in worry, vaguely life leaks away, and time will have his fancy and tomorrow or today. Into many a green valley drifts the appalling snow. Time breaks the threaded dances and the diver's brilliant bow. Oh, plunge your hands in water, plunge them in up to the wrist. Stir, stir in the basin and wonder what you've missed. The glacier knocks in the cupboard, the desert sighs in the bed, and the crack in the teacup opens a lane to the land of the dead. Where the beggars raffle the banknotes and the giant is enchanting to Jack, and the lily-white boy is Aurora, and Jill goes down on her back. Oh, look, look in the mirror, oh, look in your distress. Life remains a blessing, although you cannot bless. Oh, stand, stand at the window as the tears scald and start. You shall love your crooked neighbor with your crooked heart. It was late, late in the evening. The lovers, they were gone. The clocks had ceased their chiming, and the deep river ran on.
3, 4, 5, 6. 8, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 9, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, hey. Welcome to my studio.
Hello, I hope you enjoyed those films as much as I did. As director of the Royal Ballet, I'm so proud of the company, the dancers, the choreographers, for being so creative in this very, very difficult time. Normally we'd be here in this wonderful building, the Royal Opera House, and we'd be performing and creating. And our Draftworks program is so important to us, as it is a linchpin into nurturing young choreographers of the future. We're so grateful to all of you, our friends, patrons, philanthropists, for helping support these programs that really create a new generation of choreographers. We look forward to welcoming you back to the building as soon as possible. But until then, take care, stay safe, and we'll see you soon.